First of all, thank you all for being here. Had a really good practice today. Kids, we got back around, I guess, 11 o'clock from p.m. from Chapel Hill, and kids were back in the building on Sunday. Meetings and a huge conditioning day and walkthrough yesterday. They killed it. Today was excellent. I'm really proud of these guys. Mike Hill and I met yesterday, and we had our coach AD talk, and we're trending in the right direction. But that doesn't mean anything, right? What it means is you play like you practiced. Today was a good day. Yesterday was a good day. Sunday was a good day. They were off yesterday. Today was a good day. We got to have a good day Wednesday and a good day Thursday and a good day Friday, and then put it together for a good day Saturday.
Status of Max Brown?
I'm so surprised that you asked that question, Hunter, really. Max is not going to play Saturday. He's week to week.
Coach, I know we talked a lot throughout the year about Max's leadership, and now having Deshaun Purdy these past couple of days really starting to get into this role of likely being the starter this weekend. How do you notice just a lot of the guys kind of really taking to Deshaun?
Well, they love him. I mean, he's a lovable kind of person, always smiling, always positive. The players really love him, and talked to the team today and said, we got to take care of him. He's a freshman. This time last year, he was, flipping bubblegum cards, and now all of a sudden he's starting Division I football. So we got to take care of him. He's very talented, but he's a freshman, and but we're confident in him.
You said on Saturday that a guy like that getting the 1 reps, it's going to be interesting to see what he does now with the other guys that are going to have to be stepping up at positions. What do those 1 reps do for those guys? What type of impact can that have on guys to get those 1 reps?
Well, the 1s and the 2s, get the same number of reps, but the looks are different, right? And so him getting the 1 reps means he's playing against, better players and playing with better players. And so it's really good for him. It'll be really good for him this week. And, what he did Saturday is fairly unique. I mean, you all watch enough football. When the first quarterback goes out and the second guy comes in and, it's usually a nightmare. And that wasn't a nightmare. As I said before, we played really hard. I'm really proud of the team. And this kid did a great job.
Talked a lot about the leaders of this team. How much can a guy like Sean Brown, a guy who's been around the game for a while, how much can he help a Purdy and just help the offense in general?
A lot. Sean and everybody else. As I said, I talked to the team about taking care of our young guy. And Sean's had a great year so far. I'm really proud of Sean. And Sean plays hard. And when you have a player with not a ton of experience at the quarterback position, everybody around him's got to play really hard. From protection, including the running backs, from run blocking, from getting yards after contact with the running backs, receivers blocking, everybody. That's all. Doing all those little things helps take care of the quarterback.
Coach, when you look at this Gardner-Webb team, obviously they're 0-2, but they're just a handful of points away from being 2-0. So what challenges are they going to present you guys, and what do you look to maybe key in on that side of the coin?
I think they're a really good football team. The team that beat us by 23 was all out to beat them at home. And I told the team that. I said, these guys are good. And we know they have good players. We got Charlie Jackson, who's a really, really good player, starts for us on the defensive line. And Charlie played there last year. So they got a lot of really good players, and they play really hard, and they're well coached. Coach Reiser does a really good job. He first-year guy, but had a lot of success where he was. And their kids are tough kids, too. They got a little chip on their shoulder.
Is it that you guys get your first win of the season on Saturday?
How important is it for you to get first? What's most important is that we get better as a football team. We got better in week 2 than we were in 1. We need to be better in week 3 than we were in 2. That's the goal.
A little bit about Trey Butler coming from Michigan State. He really flashed against North Carolina on Saturday.
Yeah, he's a good player, isn't he? He's a unique player in that he's the kind of player you see in the Big Ten as a defensive lineman that they're big and athletic. That's kind of what separates the kind of top two leagues, the SEC and the Big Ten. I say that, but North Carolina had those kind of guys too, where the big people are very athletic, and he is very athletic. He can play the run, he's disruptive in the run, and he's also an excellent pass rusher too.
Coach, you mentioned how with a true freshman like Deshaun Purdy, you need to protect him. Can you also talk about the offensive weapons like Jairus Mack and how they can help him in this game against Gardner-Webb as well?
Yeah, Mack's having a great season, and what Purdy's job is to distribute the ball to the guys that are playmakers, right? And he's pretty good at that, and he's got a lot of playmakers around him. He not only has Mack, he has Omega Blake, he has Sean, he has Adam Hopkins. You're going to see a lot more of a kid transfer from Colorado. You're going to see a lot more Trainer. And then, number 2 is a pretty good football player, too. And he's going to play a lot out there also. And our tight ends are weapons. So, and we got a deep running back room. Although I should tell you that Ron Kellman will not dress this week. He's out in the back spot. Started for us against Carolina, but he's out.
C.J. Stokes to play more moving forward.
Yeah,
He made his debut.
I do. Yeah, he's back and ready to roll.
Coach, I know teams can say this week in, week out, but with the injuries that you've had, with the record situation being what it is, how much more emphasis is it to your guys of, hey, let's do what we do best. Let's enforce our will on our opponent on Saturday.
Well, it's really important, right? And it's part of getting better every week. Like I thought in week 1, we did that in the first half, but not in the second half. It was the opposite in the second half. Week 2, we did it for 60 minutes. We played really hard for 60 minutes. And I expect us to play really hard for 60 minutes against Gardner-Webb because I watched their 2 games, and they play hard for 60 minutes. So, we got to get some things going, right? We got to get the running game going. We got to get some things going. And then, on defense, we got to limit the big play. We got to get off the field on 3rd down. And we got to limit the big plays, which were communication breakdowns on the trick plays. So, but we should know better than that. And then on 1st and 2nd down, we have to be. We were 46% efficient on runs on 1st and 2nd down, which that needs to be 50 or over. But we were not good on 3rd. I think 2 for 14 or something like that. And part of that is because we're in 3rd and long. So, but our game plan was a little different last week. We started throwing it around a little bit and did it pretty well. And I think you'll see more of that too.
Max Brown, I thought, looked really good Saturday. How have you seen him react to that setback, and has he been helping out with Purdy at all coming into that role?
Say that one more time. Who was really good?
Max Brown.
Oh, Max Brown. I thought you said Mac Brown. And I'll say, yeah, he was good. Max Brown is a mature leader. And you're either born with it. I don't know that you can learn that. You're born with it. I was with him last night. His mom flew in to be with him. And he's just itching to get back and play. And however, he will be at every practice with the headset on, coaching 15 and 11 every snap because he's all in for the football team. He actually said, hey, if you need me to come in, take a snap, hand it off, I can. And by the way, I'm ambidextrous. I can throw left-handed. And I said, take it easy. If we get to that, we'll let you know.
Coach, a good friend of yours, Jim Harbaugh, will be in town this weekend with the Chargers. What has that relationship been like since you moved out west, and will he be at the game Saturday night?
I don't know what their schedule is, but Jim and I talked a couple days ago, and he's excited to bring his team to play the Panthers. They had a win the first week, and I was very happy to see that. And, we talk all the time, and I'm very happy that he's going to be here with his team, and he'll be around the building a lot. So I'm sure that if they're not meeting, that he'll be here, but I don't know what their schedule is going to be.
As a student on campus, I can say a lot of people had this game marked as very winnable for you guys. What's the key to delivering on that, and what are you hoping to see from the student section in the second game at home?
Well, first of all, to win the game, we got to get better, and we got to be better than we were at Chapel Hill. And it's the things I just said. You know, get off the field on defense. We got to convert third downs because these guys are really good. I mean, they really are good. Forget in the age of the portal, there are no more dynasties, right? I mean, South Florida plays Alabama like life and death, and Michigan, who's loaded, you know, they had a tough time against Texas. And you see closer games now, the closer game, and you're going to see that. The G5 schools are going to be closer to the G1, to the Power 4 guys, and then the guys that are below us, they're going to be closer to us. These games, you cannot. There are no give-me's anymore in college football. You can change your roster, and like that. Oh, and students. You asked about students. I love them. I love them. I just really do love them. They're all in for us, win, lose, or draw. Our team loves them. We're so grateful for their support. And we really want to win. We want to win games for them, really. We really do. And they mean a lot for us. You know, having them there and means a lot.
Yes. Charlie, what does Gardner-Webb do specifically that maybe makes them such a force? I mean, last week against James Madison, keeping it so close. What does that school do to develop football players that you think work so well?
I mean, they play hard. They do great things. That's all I can say. I mean, it's a whole new coaching staff for me. They got a whole new coaching staff, so I really don't know too much about it. I came from there.
Need you to go back up against them.
I mean, it means everything for me. I want to go against my old team. I want to dominate.
Can you just talk about Deshaun Purdy and how that kind of adjustment has been for Max and how he is trying to soak up all the knowledge he can?
I think the quarterbacks have been doing a good job, not just Max, but got a lot of respect for Trex too, because he's a third guy now, but he's still being a good leader, helping out Purdy as much as he can, hyping him up. Same with Max, all the quarterbacks really. So I think as a team we're doing a good job picking him up. I think we're all behind him. We're confident with him. It's nice to see how confident he is, and I'm excited for him.
Obviously, Deshaun doesn't have a lot of experience. You have a lot of experience in college football. What are maybe some things that you're able to tell him as a guy who's been around the game a while?
Experience as in I've been in college for a while, not a lot of playing time, but what I've learned is when he came in, I didn't really notice when Max came out. I just knew guy in the huddle, but he's very calm, cool, collected. I like that, and I just kept, it was weird. I didn't know why, but I kept thinking about his dad. I saw his dad at the home game wearing his 15 jersey, and I was just kind of happy about that. I know his dad's like, wherever he was, I don't know if he was at the game, but just standing up, getting pumped for his son, so I was excited about that.
What's it meant for you, 3 catches last year, already 7 this year, to kind of get that playing time you've been looking for?
Just take it one day at a time. I think my receiver coach, Coach AB, has been doing a good job keeping my head straight, just 1 week at a time. Just know the plan, know what you're supposed to do your job, and do it to the best of your ability.
For Charlie, knowing you came to Charlotte and you took a starting spot in your first year, what has it been like adjusting here, and how do you feel like you've kind of found your own lane on this team?
I mean, becoming adjusted here, I mean, it was kind of easy because we run the same defense that we did at Gardner-Webb. To be honest, I didn't know I was going to start coming here, so I kind of had to get adjusted to the team first of all, and then I just had to put my head down, put my mind together, and just learn the playbook, and that's it.
Adjustment been so far 3 weeks in?
Oh, it's been great. It's been wonderful. I love it here.
Sean, I want to ask you about Jairus Mack. You saw him, I guess, go from no targets week 1, 5 for 118 week 2. What is it like playing with him?
Nono's like a brother to me. Really, all the guys from the Healy era, those are some of my tightest friends here. Not that people aren't, but Nono's done a lot for me. I'm proud of him. He's a great kid. Not just a football player, but a great kid. But it was exciting seeing him. We knew we were going to attack the slot that week, and I was ready for it. I don't know if Nono was. Clearly, he was. But it was nice seeing him get that stat line and have a good game.
How important is, I guess, for both of you guys, a good start to kind of, punch first and make sure that they know you guys are going to out-physical them for this game on Saturday?
It's huge. Biff really wants us to kind of punch him in the stomach that first chance we get, so no 3 and outs. We always want to punch it in for 7 the first drive we can, and that's really been an emphasis, especially on the goal line. So we've been working on that. Really just putting points on the board and staying consistent.
On Sunday, when you guys all came in here and did a lot of conditioning like Coach was just talking about, how did you just notice the team kind of really come together, especially with how hungry everyone's been these past couple weeks? And obviously the first 2 games go how they do, but you guys just sticking together, that everyone just kind of shows up on their own right early this week.
I've been on a lot of teams where if we conditioned on the next day after a game, there would be some people walking out or not being as excited as we were. We took it head on. No loafing. We really attacked that conditioning. We knew it could help us throughout the season. We're only going to get better. So let's just keep pushing. It's only week 2, so might as well keep going.
For Charlie, Coach Poggi came in here and said that the conditioning went great, practice has been great so far. How has it been this week? What has this week been like in practice and everything getting ready for Saturday?
I mean, this week we just focused on defensive-wise, we just focused on hand placements and how to get guys on tackle. To be real, we need to work. We need to focus on tackling. That's pretty much it on our defense. We just got to work on our tackling and ability to get to the ball.
Talk about Dre Butler. He flashed, especially in the first half against North Carolina.
Dog. Dre Butler. I mean, I didn't know the guy that much, but he's a dog. I really enjoy playing next to him. He's kind of like the role model of the defense.
Really for both you guys, one of the things that Coach Posey just said to us was, there are no dynasties anymore. I mean, you look at what Gardner-Webb did against JMU. Obviously, you guys know firsthand what it's like to play against JMU. And you see a lot more of these FCS teams. The level is not, I guess the chasm between the 2 levels is not as great anymore. So tell me a little bit about how you already sort of understand, like, just because they're FCS, you're still going to get a pretty good effort out of these guys.
I'll go first. It's college football. There are no locks. I don't know if you heard that before, but there's paper and then you play the game. So we have to play the game first. Every time you look at paper, you're like, of course this team's going to win, but it's different on the field. You don't know what that team's going through mentally, and I think that's huge to be prepared and not take anyone lightly. Respect who you're playing. Don't fear them, but respect them.
It really depends who's hungrier. You feel me? It's just like, who's the dog in this point? Is it us or is it Gardner-Webb? I think it's us. I truly think it's us.
From both sides now, though.
Yes.
Can you sort of take me through, like, what it's like when you're on, the Gardner-Webb side of things to now you're on, the opposite side?
I mean, Gardner-Webb, it was just, I had a whole new coaching staff at Gardner-Webb, so I can't say too much on how they operate now because I don't know.
No, but I mean for you, though, mentality-wise, like, what was your mentality as the underdog versus now being on the opposite side, being an FBS program?
Oh, I still got the same mentality. I'm hungry every day. I'm ready to go every day. So it's just like, whether I'm FCS, FBS, I'm still ready to go.
You play with like a type of joy, like you're laughing and joking around all the time with your teammates. When did that start for you, or has it always been like that, and what does that mean to you?
You can go back and ask some coaches about me. I've always been a nonchalant, try to pick people up because my life I always seen people kind of been down, so I try putting some joy in their life, talk to them, make them laugh. That makes me feel good, so I try doing that on the field. The past 2 years, I think I either try not being myself, trying to be maybe a 3-star receiver that came in one of those high talented guys that tried not being myself. But again, Coach JB did a great job teaching me to be me, have fun. I really do love this sport. That's what I've been doing, having fun. When the ball comes to me or not, blocking, catching, special teams, whatever. I just have fun playing this sport, and that's what I'm going to plan on keep doing.
Else? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.